Minnesota, Mr. Phillips, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The clock is ticking and thousands of Minnesotans are running out of time. Business owners are going to lose their workforce, workers are going to lose their jobs, and children are going to lose their parents. And it will be because we here in Congress failed to take simple action when we were called to make change. We've been handed a game-winning layup, or in Minnesota terms, an empty net, and all we have to do is tap in the puck. All we have to do is say to our Liberian population, who came here fleeing bloody civil war and the terrors of the Ebola virus, that you matter, that you are doing everything right. The world took everything from you, and you came to our country, you worked hard, legally, you pay your taxes, and you are valued members of our community. But because we gave Liberians an immigration status, DED, that does not allow a pathway to citizenship, and because that status expires now in 4 days, these friends, neighbors, and family members will be subject to deportation, and it will tear our community apart, and it will be on us. Mr. Speaker, I recently heard from Nicole Matson, a healthcare employer in senior care back in the Twin Cities. "We don't have enough workers," she said. "At my facility, 60% of employees are immigrants, and over half of those are Liberians. We would have to say goodbye to a pool of talent that is highly skilled and educated. I have no idea why we would leave behind such a critically important group of people to the healthcare industry. Very simply, we cannot do the work, we cannot care for people, we cannot care for seniors without them. We need them here, and we're glad that they are here." Mr. Speaker, I would say that we need courage to pass a legislative fix to save Minnesota's healthcare industry and keep hardworking members of our population home. I would say that we need courage to keep our families and communities and brothers and sisters together. And this is so simple and so easy that we do not need courage. We just need to pass a bill. These are immigrants who have done everything the right way. They are here legally. They work hard, they pay their taxes, and they have made themselves irreplaceable contributors to our communities. Their immigration status has been extended by every president from Bill Clinton to Donald Trump. These would be undocumented citizens of our very own creation. And if you need the human argument, hear it from my constituent, Michael. "Going back to Liberia is not an option for me," he said. "My only brother, who we were not able to bring to America, died in Liberia a few years ago. My parents and siblings all live here in the United States. I was recently accepted into a doctoral program in education. My whole life is here. This is my home. Liberia is a fragile country still recovering from a decades-long war." Or Matthew, who could lose his older brother. "It affects me deeply," he said, "as a U.S. citizen. This is someone I look up to. If he was up to it and to leave the U.S., that would be very difficult for him and for me. He has a daughter. I cannot take on that responsibility of being my niece's caretaker. I cannot even imagine the nightmare that this will create in my own community. This is not about me and my family. It is about our community as a whole. We are going to be losing friends and family, and I'm not ready for this." We have the legislation. We have a fix ready to go to move DED holders to TPS for 3 years while we pass a more comprehensive fix. So, my colleagues, ask yourselves, are we here to make a difference? Are you here to make people's lives better? Are you here to help business owners and workers? Or are you here to keep playing politics with people's lives? Let's rise to the occasion and be better than that, and finally, at long last, give our Liberian community the peace of mind that they so richly deserve. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.